Hey guys, Shadow here. Today I wanted to do a rerun on Mission 8 from the Argo campaign into 2.5.6 DCS because it's got the new night lighting, and I just saw that the cockpit lights in the Huey have been improved, and I just wanted to see how it plays out before. It was a pain in the ass back in older versions. It was pitch black. It was horrible. It was doable, definitely a challenge, made you sweat, but I want to see how it plays out now. It's probably going to lose some of its value because it's going to be easier, but it's definitely going to be less stressful, I think. For anyone who hasn't done this, it's the UH-1H Argo campaign, Mission 8. It's about Hellenic Oliver Perry class cruiser who has come to the Black Sea for a NATO exercise, but including a carrier group as well, which is not that realistic, but it's just for the it's part of the story, for the story. The story itself, I think it's a nice one. It gives you, there's a lot of detail, personal stuff about, the character you're playing and all the other people and the villain you're fighting, and it's involving, I would say. I like this campaign. There was definitely some issues while I was playing it, but it was nothing that cannot be overcome. Hopefully I can be heard alright. I'm not sure how the stream audio is, but let's give you a quick brief of what's happening. In the previous missions, there's some terrorists attacking, insurgents, terrorists. So basically, there's a lot of immigrants crossing from Turkey into Georgia, and with them there's ISIS terrorists hiding, and there's been the terrorist cell starting to organize in the Georgia country, and we're basically fighting that. And there was a hostage situation, if I believe correct, from the previous mission, and we had to insert some SEALs, give them cover, and get the hostages out. So let's see what it says here. Mission 8, what could go wrong? Finally, we're back at our base. Although we weren't able to capture the terrorists alive, the mission is considered successful. It seemed that the terrorists chose to meet their maker instead of being captured. Luckily, the SEAL team was able to locate and safely extract the hostage. The SEALs were also able to locate a large stash of weapons. It's believed, though, that there are more weapons hidden in another location not far from the factory. The reporter, despite his shock, is well and has many stories to tell. The communication at the base are finally re-established, and I was able to contact my family. I could hear from my wife's voice that she was worried, but she didn't want me to know. The guys here at the base are happy that the terrorists are dead, but they want to bring the mastermind of this attack to justice. A group of CIA agents have visited the FOB Olympus and are collaborating with Greek agents in order to locate and capture the terrorist leader. It's now certain that their leader is Mustafa al-Patrawi, a well-known terrorist who was evading capture for many years. 2 years ago, the CIA believed that he was KIA, killed in action after a drone strike in Afghanistan. Intelligence reported that he would be attending his cousin's funeral, who was killed in a bomb strike. It seems that someone warned Patrawi not to attend the funeral. He remained hidden for a couple of years, but now it seems that he's playing a leading role in the creation of an Islamic caliphate. He's considered a top priority target since he's behind the missile strike against both the fleet and the FOB. Patrawi was born in Jordan in 1971. He was responsible for running a paramilitary training camp in Afghanistan. He became known after moving to Iraq and being responsible for many bombing attacks. He's considered very dangerous since he's always heavily guarded. The captain of the USS Carl Vinson asked for his supplies. Apparently, there was a leak inside the carrier, and it seems that all their liquid oxygen used in the ship's surgery has run out. I have my objections to this order. Our NVGs are not yet ready for use, and it's pitch black outside. It will be very difficult to land on the carrier in the middle of the night. We will have to rely only on our searchlight, which is garbage in DCS. That still is not fixed. Also, we will be overweight again. The only thing that we're doing here since the day we arrived is taking unnecessary risks. I must remember my training and continuously check my flight instruments. For navigation purposes, we will use the FM radio to tune it to 40 MHz. FFG 46 Argo, that's the Hellenic cruiser, moved next to the Vincent for safety reasons. It will be very difficult to rely on FM radio and locate the ship in the middle of the sea, and it will be even harder to land. We will be armed once again. We will have to rely on terrain masking and fly really fast. Flying out there isn't safe anymore, and we don't want the terrorists to hear us from a distance. US pilots were flying this way during the Vietnam War. It was the only way to avoid early detection from the Viet Congs. The guys at the base were clever enough to move the cargo crates near the base spotlight. It will be easier for us to locate them. After we unload our cargo on the carrier, we will have to land on Argo. Let's hope that we will land safely and get a bit of a rest afterwards. So what's going to happen is we'll take off from the FOB, head to Batumi, fly above 500 feet for safety. Yet it was said that we should be flying low and fast. Kind of contradicting there. World cargo crate located next to the C-17. Then tune your FM ADF to 40 MHz. Go towards the Vincent. Drop the cargo and land on Argo. We cannot use NVG goggles. And then we have a bunch of frequencies. So here in the game you can see, I was reading that from the document, the PDF document about the mission. You can see that this is a flight plan that mission creators have created, but a lot of these are based on visual references which we cannot use. So what I'm going to do is when we take off, I'll directly tune to the NDB of Kobuleti and from there move to Batumi. And we will see how we do with the altitude and speed on the move. And from there we're going to go out in open sea and contact Argo, land on the carrier. So yeah, let's see how it goes. When the mission starts, I'll do some small flight planning. Okay, so here's the FOB. We got, first of all, we got to tune to 490 kilohertz for Kobuleti. And after we take off, we have to be flying on a heading of 214 for how many miles? For, let's call it 12 miles. And we'll be doing 90 knots. So this means we'll be doing 1.5 nautical miles per minute. And if we need to cover 12 miles and we divide that by 1.5, it will take us 8 minutes. So roughly around 8 minutes, plus minus 3 minutes, we should be over the Batumi NDB. And from there, we'll turn down to a bearing of, what is it? 196 for 22 miles. And 22 divided by, okay, let me clear my calculator. 22 divided by 1.5, it's gonna take us roughly around 14 minutes and a half. All right, and the NDB for Batumi is 430. Yeah, 430 kilohertz. Batumi. Nice. After that, we will fly on the heading of the runway until we are clear of the runway, and we'll tune to the Argo ship. And let's see now, was there a bearing in the flight plan for the ship? So on takeoff flight 300, yeah, give me a moment, I'm just calculating stuff. So on departure, fly 300 degrees for 4 miles, so 2 minutes, around 2 minutes 15 seconds. And from there we should be on a bearing of 320 for the carrier. Distance should be roughly around 15 nautical miles, so we should get there for roughly 10 minutes. So all in all, it turns out our whole flight should be around 34 to 40 minutes, depending on how much delays we have. Okay. I'm gonna set up my tracking. My open track crashed. Nice. Okay.
So, have you ever flown in a weather like this, Captain?
Not without NVGs, sir.
Me neither, Captain.
I'm not happy to hear that, sir.
You know how things are going around here, pilot. Probably the person who issued our orders has never been in a helicopter before. Since we don't have any visual reference, you will only have to rely on your flight instruments, Captain. We must not fly below 500 feet. The slightest change to our flight attitude might lead to a disaster. For our navigation, we will first tune our ADF to 430 kHz to reach Batumi Air Base. There, we will spot the C-17 that landed some minutes ago. We will load the cargo and head towards the carrier. It will be impossible to locate it in any other way, so we will tune our FM radio to 40 MHz, which is Argo frequency. You must constantly watch the altitude indicator and constantly make adjustments. The smallest bank might lead us to the bottom of the sea. Another thing to keep in mind is our radar altimeter. It's the safest reading. Last but not least is our vertical velocity indicator. Do not allow your vertical rate of climb to drop below 0. Do not forget that our chopper will be loaded after taking off from Batubi. If everything goes well, we will finally have the chance to drop the cargo onto the aircraft carrier. That's all for now, Captain. Head for Batubi.
Okay, this is synced up. Everything seems fine. Yeah, we got the right NDB. Okay, we got the landing light on, but my experience with the landing light was that it gives you vertical with the rain. I'm gonna try it out now and see how it goes.
Sir,
Yes, Captain?
I can't see anything out there. Can I turn my NVCs on?
Oh my god.
No, Captain. We're not allowed to use NVGs. They will harm our eyes.
So we're taking off at 5 minutes past 10. Yeah, this is definitely still fucking. It's better though. The lights in the cockpit are better. We gotta be very careful. Being on the controls feels so weird. Like, feels like it's so much more sensitive. Used the control indicator there for a moment because I had no idea where my rudder pedals were sitting at. Pitch fucking black. Give the control over to the co-pilot for a moment. 5. Okay, so we should be passing over co-piloting any moment now. But let's also check something. Briefing. UH-1H 2933. He'll give us some slack because we were drifting all over the place, so maybe we'll be there by 15 past 10. get back into controls. We need some speed. Can you even see the co-pilot? Yeah, and we're passing a station now, so we'll turn on a heading of 196, which we've pretty much done, and change our station to 430. Okay, this should be it, and it will be a 15-minute flight, so around 30 past 10, we should be around Toomey already. I'll let the co-pilot fly a bit so we can get some speed and catch up with the flight. Ooh, it even seems that we're dead on our heading. Just want to pause the mission so I can take a pretty screenshot. Gotta be fast though. Too slow. Okay, let's check back in the cockpit. We've drifted away. Where's that, co-pilot? Around 5 more minutes, just slightly above that. This is the easy part. Hey, co-pilot, take control over for a moment. Don't have these here. Batumi 260 UHF. So when we're a couple of minutes out, we'll go in ATC so they can light up the tower for us. Taking back control. I have control.
Good evening, Batumi. This is Pegasus 1-1. We have a pickup to do.
Pegasus 1-1, Batumi Tower, you are clear to land behind the C-17. Cargo is located on the eastern side of the runway.
Alright, Chief. To be honest, I think this is even more dark than it used to be. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, 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 easy. There's no, can't reach Batumi right now on the ATC. This might be even more difficult than before. Okay, there we go. I think this is the coastal road next to Batumi. We will follow it along. Yeah, why is there no Batumi? Okay, so if the NATO pass is 130, we'll know that we're close, which we should be very soon. Oh, there's trees, gotta watch out for those. Okay, I see something over there, which is brighter. I think those are the PAPI lights. Yep, PAPI lights. See a taxiway. Got a landing light. Here's the runway. Gotta start slowing down. Obviously dark runway, because why would we have a lit runway? She's feeling super squirrely. There's the terminal over there. Take this taxiway. Yeah, I don't know what they've done, but she feels so off. She just doesn't fly like normal. Okay, there's a cargo. 1,500 pounds. Gotta check controls.
Good job, Captain. Now head to the ship.
You are?
Gain some altitude to avoid damaging our cargo.
Okay, we are hooked just by flight plan as we calculated. On takeoff for 3 minutes, and then 320 for 10 minutes. Yeah, there's no Batumi for some reason. Okay, let's do this.
Take tension. Take tension. Take tension. Take, the line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away. The load is swinging side to side. Turn.
I gotta learn the EGT limits by heart because at night you can't see what the
Load is hanging steady.
lines are.
Over the sea now, you can descend lower, Captain. It will be easier to land.
Not if we die before that. Okay, I think we've flown enough in this direction. Let's just do it for a little bit more. Yeah, let's wait for this minute to pass. Okay. Gotta turn to 320. So we got roughly 10 minutes to get there. Constantly checking ADI, vertical velocity, the beacon guidance, so I'm on course, speed. This will take more than 10 minutes because we're slow. Cargo's not really letting us fly up much faster. We haven't heard anything of the crew chief saying the cargo's swinging, so I guess we're pretty stable for whatever that's worth. So we're climbing back up again. I want to be over 300. I want to be at 200 feet. Very gentle dive. I'm working with no rudder pedals and a cheap ass joystick with a twisty. There in the distance we can see a small flash. That's a trigger for the carrier lighting up because DCS ships lights sub deck. You can't see jack shit. Yeah, fuck off. Gonna be easy to locate my ass. For anyone who's interested why this mission is the way it is, they should check like Argo campaign playthrough on an older version of DCS where you could actually see.
There is the carrier.
Nope.
I will contact them for landing clearance. Slow down and get ready to unhook our cargo.
Yes, sir, I will do my best.
USS Carl Vinson, this is Pegasus 1-1. We have a delivery for you.
They're like still 5 miles away or something like
We
that.
thought you didn't make it, Pegasus 1-1. You are clear to deliver the cargo on deck.
Everybody is a
Pegasus 1-1
Greek
copy.
person in this campaign.
Let's go. Take your time, Captain. Safety requires patience and delicate movements.
This is the final frontier, guys. we've climbed up quite a bit. Oh, can you actually see it? Start slowing down. No.
The load is swinging side to side. 10.
Okay, we
The
missed our
load is swinging
chance.
side to side. 10.
So we're gonna extend a bit and turn around. We gotta stop climbing.
Load is hanging steady. The load is swinging fore and aft. 10. The load is swinging side to side. 10. The load is swinging side to side. 10. Load is hanging steady. The load is swinging side to side. 10.
Okay.
The load is swinging fore and aft. 10. Load is steady. On the ground. Release.
Cargo's on the deck. Cleared RTP Pegasus 1-1.
Oh my
Roger.
god, that was...
RTP, Captain.
And I think this one here is our ship.
That was beautiful. Great job. I wish we had the time for a small tour of the carrier.
Oh, shut the
Sir.
fuck up.
We have to land. The weather might get worse.
I agree, Captain. Argo operations, Pegasus 1-1 requesting permission to land.
You are clear to land, sir. Visibility is extremely low. Take care.
It's not in the center, but fuck it. It will do. Oh my. Oh.
We did it! Wow!
Oh.
At last. Shut down the engines, Captain. The bears are on me.
Oh my. Woof. Cool down the engine for 2 minutes. Oh my. Yeah, and there at the end, I was trying to looking for the lights to light up the island of the carrier, so I can actually have some kind of a reference. But there's the cargo in the middle of nowhere. But them popping in and out all the time was actually distracting, so I remembered to turn on the landing light, have a constant light on the island. which really helped me out stabilize.
Request startup. Request startup.
I'm hearing another helicopter. Well, if anybody ever watches this, thanks for watching. And yeah, try this mission for yourself, see how it is.